Hey guys, so it's Calxiyn here, and as usual, if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should join our Discord server or become patrons over on Patreon now. If you guys haven't noticed, I am a little bit sick, but we have to cover this anyway, so let's get started. So, this is a post by Rooster Teeth. And basically, I'll explain quickly. There was this game that seemed to be coming out, but everybody thought it was a bootleg, and everybody was worried about it. And so, this is from 3 days ago, so I guess I'm kind of late, but somebody just sent it to me now. We got more information about this. And so I'll read it to you, and then we'll go over here and look at what's actually happening, and I'll share my thoughts on it, and there you go. So there's been many questions, comments, and concerns regarding a video game website and trailer released by I'm not even gonna try RWBY. No, a couple weeks ago. I want to start off by saying this is for sure an official RWBY game. The RWBY team has been overseeing the project and making sure that it's up to our design and gameplay standards. Currently, the video is a work in progress and is not representative of the final game or character designs. Unfortunately, because it is only in Chinese, our international fans were concerned it was a bootleg. The good news is it's not a bootleg. Sad news is, at the moment, it's only planned to be released in the following territories: mainland China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, I actually don't know where that last place is. With a launch date of to be decided. It will be playable on PC as well as mobile. You can check out the website and the video here. And so this is, I guess, the image for the game, which is very, very pretty. So there's already some comments about this. So it's that, like, are you kidding? Like, you're locking the US a US show to a certain region, like that the game is region locked and all this. You'll probably be able to get it. So I'm going to show you guys the website, and then we're going to watch the video. We can't watch it with sound because that's going to be problematic. But here's their website. I don't know any Chinese, so I can't really click around that much without getting lost. But I think you have character profiles here. It's just probably what they're about. So obviously White Fang is something that we recognized. I don't know what Yang and Adam kind of means in this sort of context, but yeah, I think that, like, if anybody could translate this and tell us what it says, that'd be great. I'm going to show you guys a screenshot. So this is going to be one of those mobile games where you do, like, the clicky little buttons and that's your attack sort of thing. And so that doesn't surprise me necessarily. These seem to be some sort of boost that you can buy to make yourself stronger. This is Yang and RWBY fighting, and again, you have this sort of, you know, if you guys have seen these type of games before, it's like a clicky, like, boom, boom, like, boom, 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 like that sort of thing, and like, boom, 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 but obviously I can't click because, like, you know, it's, not a real game. And so here you have Weiss slashing through a Grim. It's all of that sort of stuff, right? So again, I can't read any of this. I don't know if anybody is ever going to translate it, so I just wanted to kind of show you guys. Anyway, so I'm going to show you guys the video. I've seen it already, but I don't know what to click to make it larger because obviously it's not, nothing on this is in English, but you guys can just I'll kind of skip through and kind of show you guys what's going on in here. So there's obviously just some gameplay, but there's a lot of text on the screen, and that's a bit of a problem for me, just because, like, I want to see the actual game, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see what's actually going on. I don't necessarily, like, know what all of this text means, I guess, and it's weird because it's not even inside of the video, it's, like, going across the black bars or whatever, and so it makes me think that these are, like, comments that are coming in or something, and they're being shown on top of the video to see what other people are saying, because you guys can see these black bars at the side, right? Oh, of course now my Wi-Fi is like, nah, I don't want to see any more of this. But yeah, it's a very strange little thing that is going on, I guess. And yeah, I guess we're not gonna be able to load any of this. But yeah, it's just, you guys kind of, yeah, see, the video is not even what's loading. It's the text on the screen. That's a little strange, isn't it? But yeah, so that's kind of, you guys get the idea. It's going to be one of those, like, clicky games that's mobile in all of, oopsies, mobile in all of that. And yeah, you can see Yang punching stuff here. There's a lot, like, a lot more, a bit of, like, gore or something right there. Or, like, blood or something coming from that thing, but we obviously know Grimm don't blood spatter. But yeah, there are some new Grimm shown in this, actually. There's ones that pop up from the ground, so they're basically, like, centipede monsters, and, like, well, obviously, since all this text is here, I can't tell you, because I can't see anything, and I don't know how to turn it, I don't know how to turn it off, which is, complicated, so there you go. That's just kind of the gist of what this is. Now, I'm gonna talk about, I guess, why I think this is a little problematic. Like, I guess, like, in the sense of comparing this to Grimm Eclipse, if that makes sense. So here's my thing, okay? You're making a game that arguably looks better than Grimm Eclipse, which is, if you guys know, on this channel, we play a lot of Grimm Eclipse, because that's all we have. So, you have these people that are making a game that arguably looks better than Grimm Eclipse, that looks more fun than Grimm Eclipse, if I'm honest, okay? Because I've played, I don't know how many hours exactly, but I have over, like, at least 100 and, like, or 200 hours in Grimm Eclipse, because Hunter and I do that to capture footage and stuff, right? For our theory videos, right? So we have at least 160 hours in Grimm Eclipse, and we are bored out of our fucking minds with Grimm Eclipse. So you have a game that definitely looks better. Gameplay, you can argue that it's, oh, you just click the buttons, like, there's no skill, but, like, the Grimm Eclipse itself is a hack and slash, so, like, we can't really argue that it's, like, any more innovative. You understand what I'm saying? So, you have a game that looks better, that will probably play better, that is going to be released on mobile, which I think a lot of people would really, you know, like, or that a lot of people, that would sell better, because not everybody has a computer that is able to play video games, but I think that almost everybody has a mobile phone, and so that would open this up to a much wider audience. It would make them more money, but then you have it region locked in China, and that bothers me a little bit as somebody that has 200 hours in Grimm Eclipse, which, no offense, is not a good game. Like, without the RWBY label, like, if you could, I don't know how to put this, but if RWBY Grimm Eclipse was a game with new characters, would you play it? And that's what, what I mean by that is, if RWBY was a game that was disconnected, RWBY Grimm Eclipse was disconnected from the RWBY franchise and had all new characters, like an all new cast, would you play it? And I think that's the question that you gotta ask when you look at games like this, because if the only thing that is holding the game up is the fact that it is RWBY related, and not because it has good mechanics or an interesting story or, you know, phenomenal voice acting or pretty cutscenes or anything else. So if you guys are kind of confused by what I mean, I guess, which is, I don't know, understandable, because I'm not a very clear person, I suppose. So it's sort of like, I would still play, like, my favorite video games, like the Kingdom Hearts series, or I can't, like, think of anything right now, because of course it's time to have a brain fart, as it were. So I would still play, like, the side games in the Kingdom Hearts series if they weren't Kingdom Hearts games, if that makes sense. So Kingdom Hearts has a very cute mobile game, and so that's kind of what I'm going to use as a comparison to this, because I actually really like the Kingdom Hearts mobile game, but the thing is, if the mobile game wasn't Kingdom Hearts related, I think that I would still play it, because it's enjoyable, you know, like, if you guys have never played Kingdom Hearts before, it's hard to explain, but you have these, like, medals, and the medals, like, attack things, and, like, there's these cute little, like, animals that, like, can be your sidekick on your journey, but then you also, like, have to fight monsters, and it's just, like, even if it wasn't a Kingdom Hearts game, like, it still has cute elements. You get to dress up your character, like, it's a cute little game, you know what I mean? And so in this instance, this is one of those things where if Grimm Eclipse didn't have the RWBY label on it, it would basically be labeled as, like, a trash video game. It probably wouldn't sell that well. if it was an original game with all of the stuff that it still had. So if it was an original game with this story, or an original game with this game mechanics, you know what I mean? Whereas I think that the Kingdom Hearts mobile game would be able to stand on its two legs, so to speak. That even if you erase everything Kingdom Hearts related from it, you still have a game that has solid mechanics, that has an interesting, if not a little, like, messy, but, like, interesting story, you know what I mean? And so, that's basically what I'm trying to say here, is that Grim Eclipse doesn't hold up. And that's my biggest sort of problem, is that this looks like something that could hold up on its own. That even if it wasn't RWBY related, if it just had, like, you guys kind of saw, in, like, the screenshots that I show you, if this was a random character and it had nothing to do with Grimm, this, like, what we've seen, it looks pretty. It looks like it's gonna have a pretty easy to understand. You either slash, you do a turn, I don't know, you do like a stabby, like a rip, you know what I mean? Like, those are all like things that are like very, you know, they're easy, they're pretty like easy to understand, even though obviously we don't know what the game's about. Like, this could be like a cool fighting game, even if it, oh boy, even if it doesn't have anything to do with RWBY, or a cool like little mobile thing, you know, just to play on the train when you're bored. But the problem is Grim Eclipse doesn't have that. And so when you're making a game that's actually good and you're region locking it, that becomes a problem for me. Because, like, meanwhile, like, me and Hunter need to, like, play another hour of your shitty video game because we need footage for our video. But meanwhile, you know, like, this random company who I've personally never heard of, so I don't want to say that this is the company's fault, but they get the rights to RWBY, and they make something better than Rooster Teeth's, like, quote-unquote, in-house game people, because Rooster Teeth allegedly has a, I guess I won't find it in the show thing, but they used to have a tab for the RWBY, for Rooster Teeth games or something. Like, it was that sort of type of deal. I don't think that they have it anymore. As I'm looking, I'm like, wait a second, where did it go? Yeah, but they had that for a while. They had, like, Rooster Teeth games, but the thing is that Grim Eclipse is just not a good game. And so, the thing is that you have this good game that looks like it's being made by competent people, and now you can't release it over here. And I'm pretty sure that they will. I think that, like, there's only 3 comments on this, but all of them are asking for international, and all of them seem a little ticked, right? And I'm a little ticked, obviously. However, I'm gonna explain to you guys basically how you may be able to get around this if you want to play this game. So I don't know if this works for the Chinese App Store, but I know that to get the Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts UX, basically what I did is I made a Japanese iTunes account. And I had it with, well, basically one of my friends made it, and they just had, like, a fake Japanese address, and they filled out all this stuff. We downloaded KHUX in Japanese, and it was on our phones, and it would update and everything. Like, it was very solid, if I do say so myself. So basically, we kind of just tricked iTunes into thinking that we were a Japanese customer, and it let us in. Like, that's basically the gist of that, right? And so if you guys want to do that, I suppose. Like, if you guys want to get this game, I don't know if it will work for the Chinese App Store, but that is basically how I did it, is that you basically make a Chinese account and basically trick it into letting you buy it, because you don't need to put a credit card in for free games. That's the other thing. This is only gonna work, my plan that I just said, if it's a free game. And it looks like it's gonna be a free game because there's something sketchy over here where that looks like that you have to buy stuff. Like, it looks like there's gonna be microtransactions, which is fair, like, that's cool, right? So it's probably gonna be free, and then you pay for microtransactions, right? But anyway, that's how I got Kingdom Hearts UX English, and then Kingdom Hearts the regular versions, like the Japanese and then the English, both versions onto my phone, is by going into different app stores. And then I did the same thing with Pokemon Go when it first came out in Australia and it didn't come out here. I made a fake Australian account and downloaded it. I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know if I should be telling you guys this, but I don't use my YouTube name for my iTunes, so I don't think you won't find me. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. I wanted to talk about this, and I guess I needed to vent a little bit on why Grim Eclipse is trash. But I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. Do you guys, like, think that it's okay for it to just be in China, or are you guys, like, mad, or do you guys think it'll be so easy to pirate over to English that it doesn't matter? Like, just let me know what you guys are thinking, and I will see you all later.